Yo, what is up, guys? So we're going to be playing a deck I like to call Dark Armed Heroes. It's actually a really strong deck. Let's go ahead and get started here. This is actually a relatively decent hand. We're going to go ahead. Of course, we need our boy. No. In this instance, we actually don't really need our boy. So we're going to go ahead and kick it off with Solid Man. But we're going to go ahead and first start off with Thrasher because we want to be able to get basically an extra warrior out on board. It's a very powerful deck. And basically, you can play through a lot of different things like the Veilers, Ash Blossom, which everybody plays, right? But yeah, this is actually going to be a relatively solid turn 1 play. It's really consistent throughout this one board that I will be showing you guys. In this instance, we can actually use Grepher's effect. We did use its effect to special summon, but we can also technically use its effect to get rid of this to add another hero if I needed one. But in this instance, I don't need one. So we're going to go ahead and summon Solid Man. And then Solid Man will activate his effect. And again, there's a lot of plays in this deck where it's very turn 1 oriented. So we're going to go ahead and get our Shadow Mist out. Shadow Mist is going to get her effect. And we're going to go ahead and go for the Mass Change regular because I don't want to discard cards. Alright, we will get a card we can technically discard anyways. So there are a lot of options in this deck. So what you want to use for material in this instance is going to be Grepher and Thrasher. Or just specifically not using Solid Man. So this is a very consistent deck to pull off this play, which I'm about to show you guys, unless of course we get negated here. So what we're going to go ahead and do is add any card from our deck to our hand. We're going to go ahead and just add Stratos because, well, that gives us another card potentially next turn. So that's really good. And then on top of that, we're going to go ahead and activate Isolde's effect. We're going to go ahead and select one. And we're going to go ahead and send a Phoenix Blade to the graveyard so we have an extra free card. And that's going to go ahead and give us our attack gainer. Attack gainer is actually going to reduce my opponent's monster's attack by 1,000 when it's used as synchro material. If you're wondering why there's 3 Natria Beast in here, it's because I wanted to show off a new card. We might not be able to showcase it off in this duel, but it's because it's another new card, might as well. So that's going to reduce things by 1,000 if he had a board. So this lets you kind of combat boards a little bit better here. We still have a Mally over here, which can let me go into Anki if I wanted to. I also have access to going from the graveyard and adding back the Phoenix Blade. I'm just going to go ahead and summon an attack person. I really doubt he's going to summon something that has like absurd amounts of attack. But you know, it is technically there as an option. So I'm going to go ahead and go for Phoenix Blade. And let's go ahead and banish. It doesn't really matter too much what we banish here, but just being able to add the cards is indeed quite nice. Now, unfortunately, I summoned it in this position. Don't put it right here. It's not actually ideal. But pretty much with this board, you're going to be able to make a game relatively quick. In fact, we can go for, if I really wanted to, I could just make another one so it's just out of the way. You know, I mean, the soul doesn't really do anything. Like I said, it is in the way, technically. And also, this deck thins my Mally anyway, so it's not technically, like, super bad that I did summon the Mally. And then just basically just was like, no, I don't want it anymore. Because I can still get out another Mally, okay? We still do that. In fact, for the memes, we'll do it, alright? It doesn't really matter too much. But it does deck thin technically one extra card. You could argue it's bad, whatever. Go into another Assault! No, we're good now. We'll go ahead and end our turn. And at some point, if he tries to do anything, we could actually Phoenix Blade. We could go Dark Law instantly and then boost up our Dark Law, but this is what I would consider, majority of the time, a game-winning hand. And of course, unless he has a Kaiju, Winged Dragon Raw Sphere mode, this is still a very powerful play turn 1. If I was actually playing the Honest Neos instead of Stratos, I would add Honest Neos, therefore it would protect my Dark Law. But he's going to go ahead and Summoner Monk. I don't want him to be able to discard a card and have it be in the graveyard, so I'm going to go ahead and just go for this. I'm going to go ahead and get out our Dark Law. I'm not going to negate that. And there's still one back row, so that's kind of nice as well. It doesn't really matter in this position where I'm putting it, but we will get Shadow Mist effect over here, so that would be good. And what we can go ahead and add right now is Solid Man. Solid Man will then special summon Stratos. Stratos will then still get its effect to maybe pop back row if there are any. Usually okay, so he loses out on Terraforming, which I guess, you know, Dark Law would be getting rid of one random card anyways. But he will have access to rank 4s that could run over this board, depending on what deck he's playing. We don't know what he's playing yet, obviously, but it's still what I would consider a very powerful board. I do play a lot of Solomons in here. There are more cards, technically, than like necessary. It's just for Video sake purposes, I threw in some extra cards just because I wanted to. There's a new pot of indulgence card, and I threw it in there. I threw a few extra cards in here, but it's just for video sake, just because if they're new cards, put them in for video purposes. But we'll see what he goes ahead and special summons. Like I said, I need to go for Dark Law now before he tries to go for some effect that would add. Okay, so it's Pendulum. Okay, so he's going to go ahead and activate that effect. Go ahead and add one. Dark Law will then gain its effect, and I can randomly get rid of a card. Even if he gets rid of this board. Like I said, this is a very powerful turn 1 board. If this card, or if one of the cards we had in our hand was just a trap card, because we had instances where we didn't really need these monsters. We'll see what he makes. He's making a Cerberus. So he's going to discard a card, then get rid of try to special summon monsters in the main monster zone and get rid of it. So he's going to get rid of a card, but he's going to go kind of minus anyways. So he's getting rid of Nat Beast. Okay. So I guess his plan is to go for, what's this? I'm guessing Brilliant Fusion. Okay, Gateway to Chaos. So let's see if he's going to be able to deal with this board. And at that point, it's like, what is it, 3k attack? Alright, so now this extra deck is really scuffed, just as a heads up, okay. And the reason why is because I'm playing a new card that makes it so I kind of need to play certain weird things. But we'll see what happens. So he's just going to go to battle phase, and I guess he can kill my soul. That's not what I would consider like a very strong play. It doesn't hurt me too much. I still have my zone. So he's going to get like a spell counter on that, I guess. Kind of curious to see because if you rituals with the Black Ledger stuff isn't too strong. Most people will GG out at this point. So we got a Dark Arm Dragon, and we currently have one. Let's see. We got Phoenix Blade. Phoenix Blade actually really helps out with this deck. Now, unfortunately, we did banish the. We would have had the amount of darks required, but we're gonna go ahead and summon the Solid Man. Activate its effect. Go ahead and go for Stratos here. And I mean, I think I have another Soul. Like I said, what is this? Pop cards? Oh, okay. Well, unfortunately, it was game. But you guys can see what I'm talking about. I mean, I really had easy access to Dark Armed. I would just be able to add like a Vion, and then I would be able to go into, let's say, an Assault, and then be able to, well, I'd add Vion, and then I think we had one Dark. I can't click on it right now, but yeah, and then obviously if this would have died, I would have a Dark Arm follow-up play if he was to Blackluster Soldier me. Even if he dropped a BLS and destroyed my field that turn, I would have just Dark Armed him. But I really like this Dark Heroes. We're just going to go ahead and know, because I want to give you guys a deck profile, as well as show you guys a few games with the deck without it opening up what I would consider the optimal play. Now, this deck has gone through a lot of changes. It was actually a deck I was playing on my live stream. But like I said, don't copy the extra deck. There's a lot of things that I was playing, because I was supposed to have... there were supposed to be 3 of these in here. Okay, anyways, this was just for video sake purposes. I recommend playing not what you guys saw anyways. It was just so I can consistently do certain things for video sake purposes, so you guys could see it. But there are things that I would change. But anyways, I'll give you guys a rough deck profile, and I'll give you guys some extra duels as well. But I also wanted to mention really quick that if you're watching this and when this video just came out, I'm probably live streaming over on twitch.tv. Check the pinned comment section. We'll be pinning it there because we'll be live. I'm going to be testing out the Witch's Strike, which is a new card that just came out today. But basically, this is Dark Armed Heroes 2018 Banlist. So it's a very fast-paced deck. Actually, I wouldn't really recommend 3 Graphers. Again, it was more for consistency issues, but also I was playing some other things that I don't recommend, like this, which really shuts down your super poly plays. But nonetheless, yeah, it was a cool little deck that I had an idea of playing. I'm just going to mouse over the cards really quick, and I'll give you guys a more in-depth deck profile in just a second. I want to show you guys some duels, because that's what most people consider more entertaining. So this is when I'm not opening up with the play. And by the play, I mean opening up with a Natria Beast, well, you have a Soul, but it doesn't do anything. It's Natria Beast, Dark Law, and hopefully you get 1 Solemn. That's the ideal play. Okay, so this guy goes for his turn, activates 1 day of peace. We're going to go ahead, go straight into a Dark Law over here. And he's got a Solemn Strike as the background. I did go first in this instance. Didn't open up with the play. But Solemn Strike is such a great card. But with the new card, the Witch's Strike, oh dude, it's crazy good, man. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and attempt to go for our OTK here. So we're going to go ahead and add a hero monster. Could have popped the back row, but we're going to go ahead and attack. But he did activate 1 day apiece, so no damage can be done. But it's still good to attack. You can see the bar. On a replay, you can't see it, but the bar will reduce if they have something they can chain. So you know if your opponent has something. So we're going to go ahead and solid men's fight, go for Vion. Go ahead and attack. And pretty much it's just very consistent to make this deck make it game. He's going to go ahead and strike, but it doesn't matter. Anyways, because he's going to go ahead and take damage. It does reduce the amount of damage he takes. There's one more other, I think it was this is one I really wanted to show. My bad. That one wasn't, I would consider like really, really strong. But anyways, this one over here, looks like my opponent's playing, what the heck? Is this the, what's up with the light? Wait, was this the, oh, I'm sorry, this was the, that was the one I just played. I wanted to play this one. Did it overwrite one? What's up with everyone playing Lightsworn and... Hold on. Okay, maybe... Okay. There was one play. Okay, I think it's this one. Okay. Anyways, so this is his turn 1. Okay, yeah, he milled 1 day apiece. Okay, he didn't activate it. They're different. Okay. So anyways, this play right here, guys, I would have been able to do what I would consider the optimal play, which is making Naturi Beast plus Dark Law. But he happens to have a Solemn Strike. It doesn't matter if it's an Ash Blossom or like another card. This deck will let you power through it with certain cards. So he got rid of one of my cards, but going into Deanne, that's going to be a really key card here. So we're going to go ahead, attack into him. Could have put this in attack position, technically. I mean, there's really no reason why not to, unless I was afraid of something. But because of Honest Neos, I was able to make a game regardless. But, you know, sometimes randomly people will have, you know, a certain amount of life points. That could have made a difference, right? But anyways, yeah, I've been messing around, like I've been adding and removing cards for the Dark Arm Hero deck. Some of the gameplay you guys saw was actually taken from my live stream, from the replays. Anyways, it's a really fun deck, and like I said, don't copy the extra deck. You probably don't need like multiple copies of certain things. In fact, with Super Poly, I actually recommend you guys to play like the Fire Hero and like the Wind one, the Great Tornado. Like there's a lot of other options, of course, with Super Poly. But it was just fun, and with the new ban list, this makes it so much more consistent, specifically because of Stratos. You're able to just add any hero monster, which can actually do a lot of different things, because you can add Shadow Mist just to get rid of it with Grepher, which will then let you add another hero monster. So it lets you get out another monster too, via, like, for example, Stratos can get you Mali that you can discard to get Grepher, which will give you another monster, and another play that you can technically do in this deck. Now, like I showed you guys in the first replay where I went for Assault, like I made an Assault twice. The reason why you can actually do that is if the option presents itself, you can go into what I would consider like an auto, like it's super, super ultra win. It does require you to have Grepher in your hand, but let me go ahead and I'm going to get rid of this like side area deck. Like I said, I don't recommend you guys play that other card. That it's a Pot of Indulgence, don't play it. I was just doing it because if it happened in the video, it was just a new card. But anyways, you can play Gandiva. So this would be like this is your ultimate wombo combo. You basically can't lose unless it's Wing Driver or Sphere mode. The Soul doesn't do anything. All it does is give you the option to get out Naturia Beast in Heroes. It's really strange, but it works. But anyways, this is a Heroic Champion Gandiva. It requires 2 level 4 warrior monsters, and it's a once per turn. When a level 4 monster is special summoned to your opponent's side of the field, except during the damage step, you can detach material, destroy all of those special summon monsters. So that's really good. So basically, when you have a Natria Beast and a Dark Law, and if you can follow up with this, this is like the God Hand, alright? This doesn't happen, well, I mean, it's just drawing Solemn or not. This can happen quite often if you happen to have, like, the Grepher. I didn't have it in my extra deck because I was playing the Pot card. So, what I would recommend you guys is to actually add this card. It's such a great card, like, the turn 1 opener. If, like, let's say your opponent has, like, 2 hand traps and a back row, right? Then maybe you can go Gandiva past if they have no monsters, right? But anyways, yeah, this card is really good because that will prevent them from really getting over Dark Law and Natria Beast because, yeah, these are relatively decent cards. You can also equip Phoenix Blade to Gandiva. He has 2100 attack, but more than likely they're going to try to go over, like, any of your cards anyways, via, like, trying to special summon. If you just stop that, like, they can't Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot of decks will fold at this point. Like I said, just rewatch the video if it was confusing at all. This does require a warrior monster, so keep in mind sometimes you will need to use, let's say, like Summoner Monk for like material for other parts of your combos. Just because, yeah. I mean, keep in mind that this also requires warriors. I was thinking about adding, there's another There's a lot of other cards that can just be like just special summon. But anyways, yeah, onward with the deck profile. I kind of ranted on because I've been messing around with this deck, and I think it's quite fun. And if you have Hero Lives, oh, that even makes the combo even easier. But like this combo is like the golden combo, but consistently your field is going to be this. And if you can draw one of the Solemns, this is like game majority of the time. If you get Solemn, it's like I'd say it's like 80-90% win rate. But if it's just these two, I mean, it's a good chance to still win the game. These are very annoying cards to deal with for a lot of decks. But anyways, onward with the deck profile. But you should not play 3 Naturia Beast. Again, it was because I was playing that pot card for video purposes. Anyways, we got Dark Armed, of course, because it's Dark Armed Heroes. And like you can Dark Armed Dragon. If you draw Dark Armed Dragon, actually there is a card that can search off Dark Armed Dragon, which is like Witch of the Black Forest, which I think is still banned. Witch of the Black Forest. Wait, it's legal in the TCG, right? Shoot, man, we gotta have to add this card. But it has to be from the field to the graveyard. I don't know. Maybe we'll add it in the future. But yeah, it does actually let you add Dark Armed Dragon because it does have 1,000 defense. But like legitimately, it's like if you can draw Dark Armed Dragon, you can turn 1 Dark Armed. It's so easy to do. Obviously, you'll have Mally, you'll have Shadow Mist, and Vion. Like it's so easy. These are usually the 3 cards that you'll have. Plus, if you have Grepher, obviously makes it even easier. Anyways, I've been ranting on too long. Anyways, Dark Armed, Triple Mally, Double Thrasher. Stratos, Double Grepher, Double Solid Man, Triple Mist, Triple Vion. This is just for consistency. I was just going to drop this. Vion, because it's not an E hero, it's not servable with E-Call. Yeah, I'd drop this. Then we got Summoner Monk. In fact, you can run double if you want. But I don't know, I just really like it. And the OCG, for the longest time, was at 1 for heroes, and they're still winning with 1. But anyways, yeah. Summoner Monk, attack gainer, double E-Call, hero lives. Reinforcement of the army, desires, double summon. This lets you power through like hand traps, and also if anything gets stopped by like warnings and stuff, like it just lets you power through it again. I mean, we ended our turn, still had 2 extra monsters basically. Then we had D-Draw, Wood Foolish. This lets you again just search out things. Lets you Foolish this and extra dark sometimes. Then we got double mass changes, Super Poly. Mass Change second, Power of the Guardians, Phoenix Blade. This is of course for your other options. You can play Mallet if you want. I actually don't mind that card either. And then we have Solemn Strike, Judgment, Warning. You can also play Surge in the extra deck. These are the core important cards in the extra deck, I would say, that come up. The rest of the cards, you don't need multiple Isoldes. Not 3 at least. 2 is required for the Gandiva play, which is the Wombo combo, like I mentioned before, because yeah, it's going to set you up for easy plays. And I really like this card. This card is just so great, man. Honestly, this card helps out with the Dark Arm. Unfortunately, Dark Arm's also only at 1, but it's like a dark hero deck, basically. I mean, I was, you know, now thinking about it, we should just here. Let's add. Like I just built this deck, and it's been so much fun to play and mess around with. So I wanted to upload this. It's kind of like a rough, like early access. But I know that you're just thinking, oh, 42 with this? Dude, it's so worth because, like, there's so many cards that, like, once you utilize, let's say, like, Shadow Mist for the turn, you don't need it. You already activated Vion, you don't need it. It's just for consistency purposes. These cards aren't going to be dead. They cycle through your hand to get rid of cards that you potentially don't need. Or Summoner Monk, bam, you just get rid of the card anyways. I don't know, I think this is kind of good. We should probably make it 40, but let me know what you would remove in this deck to make it more consistent, or whatever the case may be. But anyways, that is a 2018 new ban list. Dark Arm, Dark Hero deck that is going to be able to Wombo combo turn 1 and just basically win. Majority of the games, it does kind of win. And what I like with this deck, though, specifically because of this random card, like Attack Gainer, like if your opponent has a board, I mean, Divine Neos can run over stuff. Attack Gainer can reduce their attack by 1,000. That's only during the, well, actually, it's, no, it's just forever. The monster loses 1,000 attacks. So, bam, you can just, I mean, that would make this card basically 3,400, or basically 3,200 if you want to, you know, attack on a Trade Beast. It just basically makes it so you can run over a majority of things in the game. But anyways, yeah, Dark Arm here, guys. Fun deck. Let me know your thoughts down below on it. And if you're watching this like early on when maybe this video is under like, let's say like 1,000 views or something, or actually during the first day, because I'm going to be streaming for like a while tonight because there's a lot of new stuff that I want to test out for Yu-Gi-Oh! Go ahead and check out the live stream. It'll be there in the pinned comment section below. But anyways, I'll see you guys on Twitch. Or if you're watching this maybe like later when I'm not live, you can feel free to follow me on Twitch. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the vid. If you did, drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button to see more new Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profiles and Yu-Gi-Oh! Gameplay. And I am signing out.